In Alaska, air travel is a lifeline, not a luxury. When Fairbanks International Airport fell silent one August morning, it was more than an inconvenience. It was a warning. An unseen, credible threat forced authorities to ground every plane and evacuate the terminal, turning a bustling hub into a sterile, locked-down zone. This was no drill. The decision to close the airport was swift, prioritizing safety over commerce and sending a clear message: no airport is immune to modern threats. For travelers and staff, the first sign was the sudden halt of all activity, followed by calm but urgent announcements echoing through the terminal. Law enforcement and security teams took over, their presence underscoring the seriousness of the situation. The closure highlighted the immense responsibility of agencies like the TSA and FBI, whose protocols demand immediate action when a threat is credible. Shutting down an airport is never taken lightly. It ripples far beyond the tarmac, affecting communities and commerce. To understand what happened, we must look at the nature of the threat, the protocols triggered, and the coordinated response that followed. This story examines the facts of the Fairbanks closure, the broader context of U.S. airport security, and the impact on travelers and the local community. It's a case study in the delicate balance between movement and safety in our interconnected world. August 12, 2025 began like any other at Fairbanks International, until 7:45 a.m. when a credible threat was communicated to authorities. Officials, citing security, withheld details but confirmed the threat targeted airport infrastructure and passenger safety. By 8:05 a.m., all flights were suspended, and the terminal was evacuated in an orderly fashion, guided by TSA and law enforcement. Inbound flights were diverted, and planes on the tarmac held position as the entire airport went into lockdown. A unified command post, FBI, TSA, state troopers, and local police, was established to secure the facility and investigate the threat. Official updates were sparse, emphasizing caution and the need to avoid misinformation during the ongoing investigation. The threat at Fairbanks wasn't a suspicious bag. It was intercepted intelligence, flagged as credible and imminent by federal authorities. Once verified, the information was relayed to the TSA and airport officials, triggering the Airport Security Program, a federally mandated plan for emergencies. The main terminal and surrounding areas were secured first, with police and TSA officers evacuating passengers along pre-cleared routes to avoid secondary threats. The entire process, from threat receipt to full evacuation, took under 30 minutes, a testament to regular training and clear protocols. Meanwhile, the FBI launched a parallel digital investigation, tracing the source of the threat and assessing whether it was isolated or part of a larger plot. Cyber forensics and field agents worked in tandem, gathering intelligence critical for both immediate safety and long-term prevention. The dual approach, physical security and intelligence gathering, ensured the airport was protected on all fronts. This rapid, coordinated response is the backbone of modern aviation security. In Fairbanks, it worked exactly as designed. The decision to close Fairbanks International was made collectively by a unified command: FBI, TSA, airport leadership, and local law enforcement. With a credible threat to airport infrastructure, a full shutdown was the only option. The FAA issued a nationwide ground stop for Fairbanks, rerouting flights and creating a logistical puzzle for airlines and passengers. On the ground, specialized teams swept every inch of the airport, from ticketing halls to cargo facilities, using bomb-sniffing dogs and meticulous procedures. The closure lasted 7 hours, with periodic updates to the public, emphasizing safety over speed. The operation showcased a clear chain of command and seamless cooperation between agencies, a direct result of lessons learned from past incidents. Only when every area was cleared did Fairbanks reopen, prioritizing certainty over convenience. The Fairbanks incident reflects the evolving spectrum of threats facing U.S. airports, far beyond hijackings. Today's risks include explosives, firearms, cyber attacks, and insider threats from airport employees. In 2024 alone, TSA found over 6,500 firearms at checkpoints, each treated as a potential threat. Advanced screening and cyber defenses are constantly updated, but adversaries adapt, requiring ongoing vigilance and innovation. Cybersecurity is now as critical as physical security, with attacks capable of shutting down airports remotely. Insider threats, employees with privileged access, remain a persistent challenge, demanding rigorous vetting and monitoring. The modern airport is a battleground of technology, intelligence, and human vigilance. The 7-hour closure stranded thousands. Tourists lost vacation time, locals missed vital appointments, and airlines scrambled to rebook passengers and reposition crews. The ripple effect extended far beyond Fairbanks, disrupting flight schedules nationwide and costing airlines millions in cancellations, diversions, and accommodations. The local economy took a hit. Hotels, taxis, restaurants, and cargo shipments all ground to a halt, impacting jobs and revenue during peak tourist season. Essential supplies and mail for remote communities were delayed, highlighting the region's dependence on air travel. Beyond logistics, the incident left a psychological mark, reminding residents that even remote Alaska is vulnerable to global threats. The professional response reassured many, but the memory of the lockdown lingers. The event underscored the fragility of critical infrastructure and the far-reaching consequences of a single security incident. In a connected world, no community is truly isolated from disruption. The Fairbanks shutdown isn't unique. Similar incidents have shaped U.S. airport security. In 2013, a dry ice bomb at LAX and a threat at Fort Lauderdale both triggered evacuations and massive law enforcement responses, highlighting insider risks and the need for unified command. The 2017 Atlanta airport power outage, though not a security threat, paralyzed the world's busiest airport, underscoring the importance of infrastructure resilience. Each event has refined emergency protocols, emphasizing rapid communication, interagency cooperation, and decisive action. The Fairbanks response was not improvised. It was the product of hard-won experience and rehearsed strategy. These lessons have been woven into federal regulations and local plans, shaping how airports nationwide handle crises. Fairbanks stands as the latest example of a system designed to protect, adapt, and learn. The Fairbanks incident reinforces the value of unified command and regular joint training among agencies. Multi-agency drills ensure that when a real threat emerges, everyone knows their role and communication is seamless. Controlled, clear public updates prevented panic and misinformation, maintaining order during the crisis. The FAA's ability to divert flights and implement a ground stop showcased the resilience of the national airspace system. Mutual aid agreements with diversion airports, like Anchorage, proved essential for operational continuity. The event highlights the need for ongoing investment in intelligence and crisis communication, not just physical security. The system worked. A threat was detected, contained, and resolved with no injuries. The lesson is clear. Vigilance and adaptability are the cornerstones of aviation security. The Fairbanks closure is a stark reminder. Security is a never-ending challenge. The response was a success. Threat identified, protocols executed, lives protected, but it exposed the system's inherent vulnerabilities. Modern aviation security relies on both visible measures and a vast, unseen network of intelligence and technology. The incident showed that even the best systems can be disrupted, with economic and social costs that ripple far and wide. For remote communities, dependence on a single airport magnifies these risks. The real question: how do we balance freedom, efficiency, and security in an age of evolving threats? Absolute security is unattainable. The goal is a system resilient and adaptive enough to meet new challenges without sacrificing what makes air travel vital. The pursuit of that balance is the ongoing story of aviation in the modern world.